Hi guys, this is me breaking down my trade today that I took on gold. It's the only trade that I've taken on a live account this week, but I managed to make $2,405.70. So yeah, I'll show you guys the trade breakdown. You can obviously see here that I entered here with two positions and I fully exited here. So yeah, let me go ahead and jump onto TradingView and obviously walk you through this. So straight away here, if I just jump on, let me run you through the thesis behind the actual trade. So initially, let me take you step by step of what I saw. So all day, I was looking for this liquidity here and these lows to get run. And then there was also this liquidity here to be taken, and this sort of imbalance and fair value gaps here, which obviously price could tap into. So this was sort of the price action I was anticipating to happen all day. And then finally, when we did get that, my sort of draw on liquidity was this high, of which I wanted to see. However, I did also want to see this high get taken out. So this was like kind of my main draw overall. Like even when this was long in up here, up to here, I still sort of yesterday wanted to see this high get taken. So I was really keen today to see both get taken. Now, obviously, I look at the charts, I see this happen, and I start thinking, okay, need to get an entry. However, at this point, price just sort of shoots up, and then I'm kind of like, I'm not going to get an entry, it's going to go without me. So I stepped off the charts for a good few hours at this point. Price messes around, right? Forms this beautiful 15-minute fair value gap or imbalance here, and then rejects off and pushes away quite aggressively. Now this here would have been a really great trade to get into. However, again, I just wasn't looking at the charts at this point. However, then price does actually break out here, and it breaks above this high. So that then tells me, okay, cool. You know, we're definitely still on for at least this draw on liquidity here. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, this imbalance here has already been filled, so I don't need to worry about this because it's been mitigated. So I'm not anticipating price to come back down here, and this is where the most recent liquidity sweeps happen on the 15-minute. So the next sort of, you know, liquidity sweep would have been this high, or next major sort of liquidity sweep would be here. So this is minimum what I'm looking for, ideally here. So I draw out my 15-minute demand. And I wait for price to tap into it. And then what I do, as always, is I scale down onto the lower time frame and start to look for my slingshot. Now, what I mean by slingshot is a lower time frame. If you look at my other video, you'll see some more examples of that. But essentially, it's a lower time frame liquidity sweep. So I'll always look at higher time frame areas, sort of 15-minute and above, and then I'll look for that sort of lower time frame liquidity sweep, but then before a strong rejection to the upside. So I scale through, right? Now I'm on the 1 minute at this point, right? Now this is the initial tap into the demand area. So I'm thinking, okay, where's my slingshot? Now, ideally, it's going to be that initial tap here, right? And price is going to come down, do something like this, and then look to move to the upside, which is the setup that I was looking to take here. This is exactly what was going through my thought process at the time. This is what I wanted to see. Potentially, I was also looking at sort of this here. I was thinking maybe we could come down here, take this, and then go. But these were my two slingshots here and here. Anything sort of inside this 15-minute area, I'm good for. So anyway, price comes down, takes that out, and then forms a rejection. Now, this candle right here, right, now that it's closed, ideally in a perfect world would have been my entry, right? But I think at this point I was tapped out. I was watching a video. I don't know what I was doing. I was doing something stupid. So I actually missed my entry on that, right? Because what I would have liked was to enter there and to have my target there. Lovely, 8 to 1. Absolutely great trade, right? That's like bread and butter for me. However, I do miss that trade. So I end up getting actually quite a bit of a late entry. And I don't think I actually entered until I saw a 5-minute closure. But looking on the lower time frame, what I also get is obviously my confirmation with this candle, and I get my slingshot confirmation. However, then I do also get an inverse of this fair value gap, which creates this balanced price range. Now, essentially, when price pulls back into this balanced price range, it obviously starts to reject quite aggressively. Now, initially, in my head at this point, I wanted to wait for a tap back into this fair value gap here, but I wasn't convinced we were going to get one. So on the 5-minute chart, the second I saw this 5-minute candle close bullish like this, I just entered based off the 5-minute chart rather than the 1-minute chart. But I did also have my 1-minute confirmations. So as you can see here, like how this 5-minute candle, not even like the body didn't close below this body, and it obviously wicked, took out the previous candle's low. So for me, that's a really strong indication that we're about to go bullish again, and also we're in this 15-minute demand zone. So this is looking great for me. So I do actually enter based off the 5-minute chart. Targets up there. So there we go, we get that candle confirmation, and I enter, and price pretty much just takes off straight away. I'm seeing this sort of fair value gap order block. I'm very confident that we're just going to smash straight through that. And then once we do, I think I actually exit around here. Now the reason I exit is completely premature. It's not based on technicals at all. I was just happy with the money that was up for today. I was kind of sidetracked. I was doing a few different things at the same time. So yeah, I was happy with the profit for the day, and sort of the price action for the week is never really good for me on the first week of the month, so I always play very much defense. Often I don't trade the first week of the month, but yeah, this setup to me was just too good to pass up, and I just happened to be watching at the time to watch it play out. So yeah, I did in fact enter, but I should have held up to at least this first target. I would have, as I said, I was looking for this target to get around, but minimum I should have held up to this first target, which I didn't, which is obviously quite annoying, obviously looking back, but hey, profit's profit. So yeah, if I just show you on TradeZella, I got out quite early. I got out there just before the move up to the final push. The final target that I was actually looking at, price just misses it. So like literally just misses it by like point. I think it actually comes back again. Yeah, it just misses it by 0.2, which obviously, I mean, I wasn't in the position at that point, so I wasn't that annoyed. But price then proceeds to sell off. So I'm still looking forward into the week. I'd still look for that to get taken. I was also sort of interested in, obviously, thesis of where's my slingshot, this liquidity here getting ran, and then a push to the upside. So after I'd sort of closed, I was looking at something like this, maybe back up, but at this point it's 6 p.m. UK time. The odds of it happening not super high. It's quite late in the day. It's not really in my trade times, so I just stayed off the charts. But I think in the end you could have got something like that. Again, like price action very wicky, not amazing. But in the end you could have got, looking back, you could have got a setup there. You wouldn't have got all the way, I would have probably trailed my stops here. So, you know, in hindsight, again, probably best that I stayed out. Could have made some profit, but yeah. So yeah, that is my trade recap for today. And you'll see I've got it all here in TradeZella. I wrote about it. So obviously textbook setup for me, which is obviously what I got in. You know, I didn't hold to the full draw on liquidity. So I obviously minus myself a star for that. And yeah, I hope you guys obviously enjoyed this breakdown of my trade today. Yeah, and I'll see you all guys in a bit. Probably won't be taking a trade for the rest of the week. As I said, I always play cautious on the first week of the month. Maybe I'll look to take a trade after NFP on Friday, but only if something really good presents itself. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.